constituents. Thank you, Maxine. I'm sorry for my tardiness. Thank you all for being here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon to get engaged on probably one of the most important issues facing our democracy right now, and that is not a hyperbole. I would have been here a little bit earlier, but my good friend Ross Mercury gave a long speech at his swearing-in ceremony. It was a great speech, but it was long, and I certainly couldn't walk out on him. Let me say that because AB 1148, because of the Disclosure Act being the most important reform that we can possibly enact relative to our initiative process, I am proud to be a co-author of Julia Brownlee's bill. I don't want to repeat what many other speakers may have already said today, and I don't know what's been said, so I'll proceed at risk. But just to lay out why we need this bill and why we need disclosure so badly. You know, of course, the foundation stone of a successful democracy is an informed electorate. But without disclosure, there's not information, and without information, there cannot be an informed electorate. But I want to put it in real terms for you. So in 2010, you may know this already, over $235 million were spent in our initiative campaigns, over $235 million. And because there was no Disclosure Act, you didn't know who was spending the money. So groups like Stop Hidden Taxes and California Jobs Initiative were really oil companies trying to confuse voters that it was they who were opposing Prop 26, which raises the threshold for the legislature to impose even a fee on a polluting corporation or some other corporation that's harming the public good. But you wouldn't know that from Stop Hidden Taxes. So you can also look not only at Prop 26, which did pass, but where we were successful was in stopping the repeal of AB 32. And again, we were able to reveal the fact that it was oil companies from Texas, because AB 32 is so popular, so well known, and we had great environmentalists and venture capitalist environmentalists who help us fund the sustaining of AB 32, and so we were able to reveal, expose, shine a bright light on our own expensive commercials to show who was funding their expensive commercials. Now, with Proposition 16 and 17, Proposition 16, of course, was that smart little overreach by PG&E to put a dagger through the heart of community choice aggregation. They outspent us 500 to 1. They spent about $50 million. We spent about $100,000. And we won. Because PG&E had no place to run, no place to hide. It was PG&E. It was funding this entire campaign of $50 million. So you could say, well, we did that without AB 1148. We did that without disclosure. But again, it was a unique situation because it was one corporation trying to use the initiative process of the people to benefit their own bottom line. And they could not hide that fact. The same with Proposition 17, which was Mercury Insurance, trying to convince you that what they were trying to run through the initiative process was going to be better for you than for them, and that's why they were spending all these millions of dollars to help you, the consumer. Well, again, we could see through that because it was Mercury Insurance and Mercury Insurance alone that was funding all of this. But those are rare examples. Usually, it's through these committees, and of course, with the decision of Citizens United, this issue becomes all the more important. Barack Obama has called it plain common sense. It is just that. And it came very close to passing the United States Congress. It got through the House of Representatives. So clearly it had bipartisan support. Correct?
Actually, it was when the Congress was still in Democratic
hands. It was in Democratic hands. Okay, so there is no Republican support.
Republican voters are incredibly supportive.
Oh, I know the polls show that Republicans have we supported Democrats by 85%, they supported by 75%. I don't know what's going to happen in the state legislature because the Chamber of Commerce is so adamantly opposed to this because they like it the way it is. They get to spend their money and then they get to hide. You know, you can also look at the same sort of mentality with the Proposition 8 donors. They want to keep it a secret as to who they are. Their argument for their secrecy and why they want the courts to say that they should be protected is that their lives are at risk. That those who support marriage equality are so vicious and violent that we're going to come after them. Well, this is pure nonsense. But no one should be able to participate in the public arena and do it in secret. And that's what this is about.